Okay, Matt, a 2-1 defeat at home to Dussindale and Hellesdon Rovers. Given the performance, is that a really frustrating result?
Yeah, incredibly frustrating. It's difficult to even think that we'd be talking about us losing today after the performance, especially at half time. Arguably could have been 3-0 up. Chances again after half time. Woodwork's been hit numerous times. Lots of chances created, other chances, and also chances for the opposition at a premium as well. For a really tough one to take this afternoon.
We had 2 penalties in the game. Did you think they were both sort of fair decisions?
Yeah, I thought they were both fair. The first one I was a little bit unsighted to in terms of I was already looking at where the ball had gone, but I think it was a good decision from the ref to bring it back. The second one, a clear handball. And linesman even said potentially even a third one, but obviously ref had already blown up for a head injury. So I thought the decisions were fine.
In the return fixture, the previous game, it was a game sort of famous for 1 or 2 rough challenges. Was that something you spoke about going into this game?
A little bit. I mean, in a way, it was more about actually we felt we'd performed okay in that game as well, and it was a case of we knew we could get success if we did the right things, and obviously if you don't give the opposition the opportunity to do that. So when we actually did move the ball quick, we had a lot of success, and perhaps just didn't do it as often as perhaps we needed to during the game.
Alicia Povey, she's injured. Ella Mercer as well. I was just wondering if there was any update on those two.
Yeah, Ali, unfortunately, doing some other football-related stuff, rolled her ankle, and it's not looking good in terms of the rest of the season, which is a real shame. She's been really successful the last few weeks, and really back on track for us, which is great. Ella, I'm hoping it's just minimal, but just had some discomfort from a stud down the back of the Achilles, so it might be some bruising. But yeah, obviously we've got a couple of other injured parties as well from last week with Mel. We're desperately trying to get everyone back as quick as we can.
And obviously we have missed the penalty. Ultimately, we've also hit the post 3 times. So you can't put the blame on any one individual, can you? Really?
No. Listen, it's us as a collective. It's everyone on the bench. It's all of us as a group. And like we've just said in there, we can dwell on this, or we've got another big game next week with another team who actually we played really well against that perhaps we should have come away with more, and we need to pick up 3 points most importantly. To be fair to Dussindale, they've stayed in the game. They've been really, really resilient with only 12 players that they brought with them today, and have come away with 3 points. So that's the part of the game that we need to be better at, which is ensuring that we're not conceding silly goals or giving away silly goals with mistakes, and making sure that, as you said, you alluded to it there with 3 Woodwork, we've got to just be ruthless in front of goal, and absolutely it's everybody. There's no one to blame at all.
And is it now just before the next game taking the positives from the performance today and trying to build on that for the next game?
I think the hardest thing is, and we spoke about it at half time, the hardest thing is if we now come away as we do result wise, having been beaten, you almost lose a lot of that, because psychologically it's really difficult to take. But actually there were some really promising things today. Some of the patterns that we work on in training came off really well, and the way we got the ball across the face of goal was great. And now it's just down to us to make sure that we're better in those areas, and that we manage the game a little bit better.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Matt.
No problem.